guys, so this is gonna be my modified knees over toes guy workout routine. I'm just gonna take you through commentary style. I just finished up here at Top Line Gym, hitting the workout, and just was filming the whole time, and a little different type of video where I'm just gonna kind of talk over the clips and we'll see how it goes. This is what I've been doing pretty much since I unsubscribed from the actual knees over toes guy program. I've kind of been mixing in the exercises with my just kind of a regular strength training type routine. I think exercises like hip thrusts, RDLs, which you'll see me do here, are just really important for building the glutes and the hamstrings and really strengthening those like big muscles that hold up your body and like contribute to your overall posture in general, which I think is where a lot of the problems can come from. So I just try to wear, you know, either flat shoes like Converse style shoes or like these basketball shoes I have. These Kobe's are pretty minimal themselves, so I think that's an important factor in it as well. So before we get into it, I just want to mention one super important thing that you always should keep in mind when doing knee or lower body related exercises of any kind, and that is to like the video for the YouTube algorithm. And if I gotcha, you have to do it. So appreciate that. It really helps the channel, and let's get into the workout.
All right, so the first thing for warm-ups is backing up with the sled here. Reverse out knee pain, ROKP, Mr. Ben calls it. Basically, the benefit is that you can do just the pushing portion of a movement, which damages the muscle less, so it makes you able to do that portion of the movement more often, and the more often you can get blood flow to the area of the knee, because obviously this pumps like the front of the quad and the shins, right? So, and the calves. So the more you can get blood flow to the area, the better. Just helps me warm up my full body. I like to warm up my full body, you know, before I work out in general. That's why you see me on the assault bike here. Just, you know, get my arms into it, get my legs into it. I did like a mile on there just to, like I said, warm up the whole body, get a sweat going. Then I started with a set of 25 tibialis raises, tibialis curls. If you've followed knees over toes guy at all, you know that the tibialis curl is an important exercise, as the tibialis is kind of a decelerating muscle, helps you land, helps you slow down when you're running, which is when, you know, a lot of pressure can come, up the feet and into the knees when you're like trying to slow down, and the tibialis is the main muscle in that movement. So then we have a little calf raise action. I'm on the hack squat here because I think somebody was on the leg press, which is another place I would usually do it. And then, yeah, so I'm getting each leg, single leg style, for this just straight calf raise, right? And then another type of calf raise that is in the program is this like knee over toe calf raise. See how my knees are kind of over my toes, and it just hits the different portions of the calf, like the calf and the gastrocnemius or whatever. Like there's two parts of the calf, you know, and one of these hits one of them and one of them hits the other. I always forget which one's which, but the knee over toe calf raise is what we're doing right there, and I did it with 2 feet that time. And let's rack the hack squat and hop into the next exercise. Now this one's not in the program, but this is in the Josh program. I think hitting the major muscle groups in the body, the glutes specifically right here, right? Like the glutes and the hamstrings, these muscles that just hold up our bodies, right? Need to be really strong. So also these are just fun. I like to work on my glutes. Who doesn't, you know? And we have this awesome machine here at Top Line, the gym I work out at in Milwaukee. Excuse me. And yeah, it just makes glute raises, or what do you call them? Hip thrusts way easier than you do, loading up a barbell and stuff. So I love, this is gonna be my main movement of this whole workout here. So I'm gonna spend a few sets on it. So it was a light set right here for the warm up. You see me throwing on another plate and getting the next set in. I think I did, 15 reps the first set here, and now here's my second set. Just taking as much rest as I need, probably about a minute and a half as I load the plates. And now here I'm gonna go for 10 or 12 as we increase the weight a little bit. And yeah, like I said, this is the main movement, the main like compound movement of the workout. I like to split my workouts up, separate them by doing the main movers first. Like compound movements, right, are moving multiple joints, right? See me moving at the knees and moving at the hip, at the ankle. Shouldn't really be moving at the shoulders, right? But other movements like this are the squat, the pull up, the bench press, like multiple joints are moving, hitting multiple major muscle groups, and that's the glutes for this one. So this is gonna be the top set. It was something like 15, 12, 10, 8. Maybe I do 2 sets of 8 here. But yeah, dude, this is the top set. One thing that I definitely focus on in this that seems to be failing a little bit by the top set is to keep the spine in a straight line, and my neck tends to bend a bit forward here. You can kind of see that happening, but there we go. That's kind of a general thing for any type of posterior chain, like kettlebell swings too. You want to keep your head straight. All right, next, hit another set of the tibialis raises. I kind of do these just anytime the knee feels kind of worked, honestly, and maybe like soreness is approaching. I'll hit a set of these just to kind of pump blood to the supportive muscles of the area, right? The tibialis. And yeah, dude, just lean up against the wall. The farther out your feet are, the harder it is, and the closer your feet are to the wall, the easier it is. So got another zoomed in shot here. I think I hit 2 sets, that's why. So I hit 2 more sets. And then here's the knee over toe lunge, a staple in the program. I think I would have liked my back foot to be my back leg rather to be a bit straighter. And what you're looking for here is for the hamstring to be over the lower part of the leg. So that's basically like, watch, you'll see me get down here, like so my butt cheek, right, to be above my heel, so that the hamstring is completely over the lower part of my leg. And again, it looks like I could get some more ankle bend in the front foot and some more straightness in the back foot here by looking at myself from the side. And I did 2 sets of 5 holding weight here, and you can progressively overload this by adding weight to your hands, to your dumbbells here. And yeah, here we are for the second set. Looks pretty good to me from this angle. I remember in my head I was like, okay, I definitely bent my knee a lot in that first set, so I'm definitely straightening my leg a bit more. Obviously the camera angle, it looks a bit straighter, but I'm straightening it a bit more and trying to keep my front heel on the ground as deep as possible into the rep. It's not necessary that it stays on the ground the whole time, but to keep it close to the ground encourages the ankle mobility, which is just important in general. So you'll see me hit the next exercise here, which is going to be single leg Romanian deadlifts. This is another Josh addition to just this workout. It's a hamstring exercise. It's a hamstring exercise I really like, and glute as well. It's like an athlete exercise. You know, it encourages balance, unilateral movement, which is always important in keeping your legs even as far as muscular development and ability on both sides, right? And what I'm thinking about here is, again, that straight line in the spine. So my shoulders to my knee should be in a straight line. That's more important to me than depth in this. So slightly bending my planted foot and keeping the knee and the shoulder and the head all in one line on the foot that's raising. And at the axis of the hip, right? We're rotating around that axis with the straight lines, you know. So I think I'm doing 2 or 3 sets of 8 to 10 here for this. And I like these fat bells too. These are dumbbells that are, well, they're not a dumbbell, it's a fat bell. It's a different technology. The weight is like all around the fist rather than in 2 balls of iron, right? Like a dumbbell would be. And to me, it makes it so that the center of the weight is closer to your hand, right? So you're kind of able to control where the weight is a little bit better, and plus the ends of the dumbbells aren't like clanging around on each other as you do exercises. And in most exercises, that is beneficial, that the weights aren't hitting each other. So I like the fat bells a lot for most instances in which you would normally use a dumbbell. Specifically for something like this where I'm balancing and like heavy weights clanging around would negatively affect. But yeah, again, this is like a like work the muscles that hold up the body type of exercise here. Next, we got the Patrick step. You've seen this if you follow Ben, Knees or Toes Guy as well. I've got the slant board action going. This is a bit higher of an angle of a slant that I would like, honestly, but other people in the gym were using all the other ones, so figured I would maybe go a bit lighter on the weight and do a bit less reps here. But I think I did 2 sets of 10 on each side for this. So yeah, what you want to focus on here is keeping the heel of the planted foot, keeping that heel planted the whole time, and reaching out with the straight leg there, and keeping the toe up on that straight leg as well. And yeah, this is the Patrick step. This is like the quintessential strengthen the knee in the over toe position, you know. And when you hold it out there at the end of the motion, that kind of works the VMO, the vastus medialis, the teardrop muscle on the quad there, which you see a good example of on my leg just rippling in this set here. Yeah, so like I said, probably go a bit lower on the angle of the slant board there, the wedge. And you can even obviously do this on a stair or on flat ground, especially if you're just getting started, and progressively overload it with the angle of the slant and the amount of weight in your hands too, and even how long you hold it out there for. So you try to hold it for about a second. And yeah, the longer I find that when you hold there, that's what really gets the VMO firing. So this was the last thing I did, guys. So I probably just did a little bit of stretching on the ground, foam rolled, you know, hug the knees to the chest, and just kind of go through a cool down routine, and that's it.
All right, so that was the workout. Appreciate you checking in. If you have any questions about the program or just about like how I train in general, I've been, like I said, you know, training for over 10 years, so it's pretty, like, I don't really follow an exact program, and like the structure, I guess, of how I train is pretty intuitive, you know, like starting with big compound movements and moving towards more auxiliary movements for the smaller muscle groups. So that's why you saw me start with the glutes, start with, like, you know, the lunges and the heavier movers, I guess. Yeah, like I said, I answer all comments, answer all my DMs, so feel free to reach out if you have any more questions, and let me know what else you want to see. Appreciate you watching. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.